Hello, hello. I've got something very interesting to show you here today. This is my, I guess, crazy, stupid, random wild house. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to call it yet. If it even has a name, it might not even have a name. But this is a house that basically I just go with the flow on. I build what I want to build whenever I want to build it. Some people may call it ugly. I think it looks pretty darn cool, especially once you get to the inside. Um, yeah, I started this build a few weeks ago, and I was just like, kind of saying, you know what? I just want to build whatever I want, and I slowly started to realize that this house is very similar to something that Etho did in his 90-second episode of Minecraft with Zisto and Vintage Beef, where he went and he built a huge funhouse on top of Good's planned area because he never built his house, and so they said, you know what, we're gonna do it for you, and he liked it so much that he decided to keep it, and that was one beautiful house, I tell you. I don't think anything will ever live up to, the pure energy that that house built had. But I'm making a fun effort here, and I'm not really planning on trying to copy anything like that. There are certain elements which I really liked about that house that I decided to also integrate into this house. You can see I got a little, I don't know, laundry room slash workshop area here. Got some stuff in here. Um, got a little bit of stuff in there. This is really just a house for me to experiment and just, find out what's cool, what's not cool, what works, what doesn't work. Just trying out different color palettes. And instead of just deleting those palettes or, building them separately, I just decided, you know what? I want to build them together. And so this house has a lot of fun little secrets. And my intention, is to really just add in as much stuff into this house as I can. I think it'd be really cool. So you can see it really kind of just like winds around on itself. This really reminds me of Meow Wolf. Don't know if you ever heard of Meow Wolf, but my friend said, "Oh my goodness, it looks just like Meow Wolf." And that's kind of just like an art establishment that they're starting to build here on the West Coast a lot more. And it's just really cool. It's a really cool experience. It's very maze-like, which is what I'm getting out of this place as well. Um, and yeah, I really just like trying to build random stuff and then trying to integrate it all with each other. Because originally, I started with this house front right here. This was the very beginning areas. And I decided to add this structure right here on top. And I realized that, let me just set it to daytime really quick. I realized that this does not match with this. And I'm like, okay, all right, yeah. And so I decided to add some prismarine, and then that's where I really started to lose it. And I said, okay, now I'm gonna build another portal, sucking up half the house here. And then I got this area, and then I've got this whole mossy area here. I've got a big billboard up there, and these holes, these might be semi reminiscent of the old house. We've got this Italian Riviera style build here. We got Pueblo builds up there. Got whatever this is. We got some stacked mushrooms, which are also kind of a little bit reminiscent. We've got rainbow being splattered, this guy. Then we got this guy, and it just keeps going and going and going. And I don't want it to stop. I want to see how far I can go with it. There are some areas that need a lot of work, and I think I'm just going to, you know, record my journey, see what I can come up with, and see my thought process behind it. All right, progress update. I have built a little wall right here. I've got a walkway across here. Got some walkways connecting over to the cat butt area. And yeah, I'm liking it so far. Um, One of the things that I really care about this build in specific is that there's no one telling me what's right or wrong in this build. Um, and that's something that I think needs to be, worked on in the Minecraft community in general is just, there is no right or wrong way to build. There really isn't. You build what you want to build. If someone else doesn't like what you want to build, well, that's okay. People have their opinions, but trying to have a very specific set, a very specific way to build, I think that has been a little bit damaging. Perhaps, maybe damaging is not quite the right word. Like, I still think that people have their freedoms and they understand, you know, I can build what I want to build, but there is, like, more of a rule set, I guess, if that makes sense. More of a, you know, set pathway that people have made for building. And, you know, I feel like we've, if that makes sense, we've built ourselves into a wall, you know? With all these new blocks coming out and stuff like that, you know, you should really just try and experiment the best that you can. See what you like, see what you don't like. I like that. And this build's really just kind of about exploring Minecraft's palette a bit more. And instead of just, you know, destroying or forgetting about the palette, you know, experimentations, just like the little experimentations that you've done, instead of just forgetting about them and, you know, saying that was cool, but I'm going to do something different, I like to just integrate it into a build and just say, you know, here's what I like, here's what I don't like. And, you know, this place could really be turned into a, oh my goodness, this place could be turned into a hide and seek. Oh, okay, now I need to hide more little hidden details. Like, I got this room in here. That's a good hiding spot. But yeah, right now I'm trying to work on getting some pathways over this way because I don't want to build this house into a corner, if that makes sense. You know, like all this area is closed off. It's not getting added onto. If anything, it'll increase in height. The front's all done. This side is kind of all done. So really the only place that I have for expansion is out of this area. And this is a pathway that I can expand out. That's a pathway. This will definitely become something. But I want this area to stay rather open because you can see I've got this like destroyed house bit right here. And we've got these things that I really want it to be open to the air. That the challenge is just trying to get it all uniformly connected. And I think I'm doing a decent job so far. I got a path that can come out this way, path that can come out this way, and a path that can come out right here. Oh, let me keep working, see what else I could figure out here. My goodness, this sandstone's so bright. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Oh. So I just noticed we've kind of got something going on here. We've got the pale oak log roof, the cherry log beams, and I'm wondering how well I can integrate these two into the house. It's a little bit of a challenge here, because I don't want to cover up the cat butt. That's the last thing I want to do. I spent too long on this guy to cover him up. But I've also got to get the house to continue. And I bet these beams are going to be the trick. Look at that. Very nice. This can probably stay open. This fence I do not like. But this area is going to stay the same. You could probably get some natural stuff into here, huh? Let's get some moss. Not that. Okay. Get some textures going. Do I want to cover that up? Not really. Okay. Oops. Dark oak leaves? Sure, why not? There we go. There we go. What else haven't I used a whole lot of? Large ferns? Maybe some dry grass? I don't know. This area is kind of lush for some dry grass, but maybe some hanging. No, not really like that. How about just some ferns? Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Me likey that. And then this is going to be a path too. I don't know if I want to have it be able to go down into here. Sure, why not? Let's get some stone bricks. And then... Ooh, I have not used one of my favorite blocks yet in this build. Not much, at least I think. Can get something like that going. maybe? What to do here? If you don't like it, cover it. At least that's what I say. Ah! Let's get some different types of carpets up in here. Oops. There we go. No, it's nighttime. Definitely going with a very white roof for this area. I got to use everyone's favorite block, diorite. What are some good stairs that could meld well with this area? Probably nether brick. Yes, yes, loving it, loving it. And then get it through here. Whoopsies. Okay, how's that look? Oh, that's looking better already. That is looking better already. And see, it's all just about that. Trying it out. If it works, great. If not, well, too bad. It's part of the house anyways. Now, I'm trying something out here. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I don't really want to cover up my nice house here, but I do like to make sure that all of my walkways are secure. Let's see how that looks. It's not bad. You can still... I don't know. I'm not liking how much that's covering it up. Chains. Wonder what I could get done with this. Ha ha ha. Alright, that feels much safer. I'm liking that. I can probably do it on the other side here. Pop, pop, pop. There was a guy on Instagram that I saw who had this similar building style, and he just like said, "Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna build what I want to build," and people really found it fascinating. I forget what he was called. Oh, I do like that though. That is nice. Yes. Yes. Alright, let's continue working on these beams here. Okay, should I keep the diamond blocks? I don't know. I'm kind of liking them. I've been seeing people put more things in shelves in their builds, and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to do that. And yeah, it definitely adds a lot of flair. I'm not entirely sure if diamond blocks are the right choice of flair, but I'll keep it for now and just see what I think about it. Oh my gosh, this is so bright. Ugh. Jeez. Oh my. Okay, I'm turning off the. I'm turning it off. Oh wow. I feel like I can see now. I can see all my textures. I can see all my colors that I'm working with too. All right. Just continuing this one along here. It could be fun to try and get this to go all the way, but I don't know how much that's gonna look too samey. Let's see. I did keep some of those down. No, I don't think that's too samey. I think we're good. This beam, though. This area is an issue. I can't quite figure out. Maybe just like that. I think that's the solution. Let's have it be down like this. Do I want any sort of barrier along this? I don't think I need it. This definitely needs some protection. Gonna do that, and then we're gonna do this. And then, oops, something like that. There we go. So now we're on the roof of this place, and this is going to get a hole, I've decided. And you remember I was talking about the glass? Yeah, I think I've solved my issue for keeping this area open. I might get some glass in here. I just need it to kind of go around like that, I think. Have this be more open. And then have some staircases going down these roofs and then onto here. I think that's going to be my best course of action. So stairs. There are not a lot of stairs that meld very well with this, I don't know, sandier texture of terracotta. Maybe mud brick or, ooh, just pure granite. Let me try that. Let me try granite slabs. That's not half bad. Get some trapdoors along here. Maybe some jungle trapdoors. Do those just look like seats or like staircases? They kind of just look like seats, don't they? I feel like this is a little bit too contrasty, though. Mino-like, me get rid of. That's much better. Okay, I think that's good. You just treat this area like a big roof. And then have you come along here. And then we can work with blocks that have actual pallets. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. And then of course, we need some sort of railing along here. Let's try. That ain't gonna work. Well, it could. But I don't want it to. Maybe some mud. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Let me see if I can figure out a way to make this better. Yeah, I don't know. Now, I noticed that my modern-ish style building here does not really correlate too well around the sides here, so I'm going to try and get some modern pallets going in here. What do I need for that? Might be able to get some deep slate accessory stuff into here. Can get some trapdoors, perhaps. We need definitely some glass. There's not enough glass in this area. Now for modern stuff, I like to use either darker glass or blue glass. It's too dark, I just can't tell. Ah. Now that's better, isn't it? Do I need that there? I just put the glass. That works. Yeah. As you can tell, trapdoors are definitely one of my favorite building blocks. Yeah, that's pretty ugly, but I'm loving it. I like it. I'm liking it. So, yep, you can come into here. Now you can come into here. Okay. And we got this area, which is open and ready for some interior work. And we got this path. It comes out here, but it also connects around here. So we just got like a little circle. And I added this fence back, but not around here. Added some planters and stuff like that. Made this a little bit more consistent. And that's pretty much it. So now this area is looking pretty cool, isn't it? I like the way it looks down here. We're going to need something going on up here. Let's go ahead and try and figure that out. So here's something I haven't used much. Never mind, it's right there. Okay, I can't do that. Ooh, hello. Here's something I actually haven't used. See, I just got the recipe for it. Okay. Okay. Perhaps a little bit higher. All right. We're gonna need it to change somehow. How do I want it to transition? Oh, hello. Yeah. Get some real Arabian Nights vibes out here. Gotta get my favorite. Oh, that's unwaxed. Hello. There it is. And since these have a spot in here, let's go ahead and add a contrast. How about you? No. Nope, that's not it. Maybe just really dark wood. No. Yes, that's better. And the question is, do I want to have more arches? Red sandstone stair arches. I mean, I do love me some good arches. Yeah, I already know the answer to that. Oh, this is looking hella ugly. I love it. Yes! Yeah! Alright, we need a way to cap off this part here. And right now I'm just trying to experiment and see, is this going to be anything worthwhile? It just looks like a hat. Like that? I don't know. Sure. Cool. I like it. It's going to be dark up here, though. So let's make it undark. Do I have... Yes, I do. Okay. And you know what? Let's see. Ha ha ha. Oh, it's too good. It's just too good. Okay. Now, is this too plain here? I don't think it is, but I also don't like that it's too plain. This is going to be weird, isn't it? Surprisingly, it's not bad, but it's just a bit too contrasted for me. A little bit too bright. So some sort of fence then, huh? I don't think we've used a whole lot of crimson wood in this build so far. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know why, but I'm kind of just vibing with it. I don't know what it is, but, you know, we don't need to know. It is what it is. So this is going to come down here, come to a little bit of a sandstone area, but I don't like to have huge areas of just one color, so that's seeming pretty good. And then this is going to stay at a different level. I don't like huge areas of color, as I see a massive area of color. That can be fixed with a carpet. I haven't used a whole lot of pale moss as carpet yet, so... Oh, and you know what? If we get some dead coral... Oh, how do people do that trick? Because you can't do that. Oh, shoot. I might research that and try that later. But I like that. I do like that. Okay. Let's move away from that area. Start refining some of our little details over here. We've got this area we could do something with. But the what that I want to do with it is unknown. Nope. That's definitely not it. I feel like that's just the same thing that we did already. Oh, you know what? I got an idea. Get some trapdoors in here. Yeah, liking that. There we go. That's interesting enough for me. Yep. Okay. Now this area. So I want to cover this area up. Something that goes here. I just don't know what. We've got our nice little walkway over here that leads back into the chaotic minefield of garbage, but nothing covering this up. Something's got to connect up to this. So let me try and figure out if I can get a pallet that would connect up to this and end. Goodness, you know what? It might just not end. Let me just see what I can do. You know, sometimes you just have to build nonsense. I think that might be the title of the video now. Sometimes just build nonsense. Because I'm loving this. I don't know. This is just like turning out really cool. There's too many shelves here though. Ooh, hello. Yeah. What this is going to connect to? No idea. But it's here now for whenever it's ready. Whenever I'm ready. And now it does encapsulate this area a little bit more. Do I want this area to be open, or do I want something in the way? Cover up some sight lines here, because right now this is probably the most open area. Not something I think I'm going to think about right now. Probably something to do with this tuff. That would be my guess, but not thinking about that right now. Moving along and seeing what else I can do. This area is looking a little bit incomplete. Let's see what I can do with it. Let's see what I can do here. Waxed lightning rod. What are you about? Okay. You're fun. You're fun. Carpet? Perhaps? That gets rid of this stuff. My goodness, I can't place it either. But that is cool. It melds in with our mushrooms nice and well here. But yes, that does get rid of these. And now the diamond blocks are definitely a bit too much. What if I just do that? And get another one. Right here. Whoa, what's going on? Hello? Where do you go? Oh, okay. Is that actually... Because I definitely need another one of these to go here. Yeah, and I can connect those things up. Probably have this do something like that. But what's going on down here? How does that look now? I think that's fine. If I actually, you know what? If I do that... We got another little opening that I like. Another opening. More openings, the better. The more openings, the better. That's what I think about this build. There we go. That definitely needs to stay. So what's going to go right here then? How about my favorite... Another one of my favorite things to fill up areas with is just leaves. Leaves, and then... Oh, it's not scatter. Oh, what is it? What's it called? Yeah, pink pet. Yeah, there we go. Get some pink petals in here. Yeah. Now, how's that look from underneath? Let's take a look. Oops, I don't want to be in survival mode. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Just get... Yeah, just a big ball of oak. There you go. Do we need that? I don't think we need that. That's fine. I like it. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going all the way. I love it now. I love it. Oh, yes. Now, here's an area I've wanted to do something for a while, and the something that I want to do is completely unknown to me. I don't know if I want to keep this podzol, honestly. Because that's a roof. This part right here is roof. It's roof, and I kind of want it to stay that way. So this is a big, weird area here. If I bring these across, then I can get something going here. Alright, so here's what I decided to get going. Just a bunch of doors. Why not? Bunch of doors, little walkway right here, and then we're leading on to this area. We got a path going up here, which leads right onto this roof, and then this area going up here, which leads to more unfinished business. This I want a walkway to. Glass time. Oh, yeah, I want some... Okay. Haven't done much with this. If I do something like that. Yes or no? How about now? Definitely very strange edition, but you know what? I'll keep it. We're all for strange editions every once in a while. And now we're up onto this platform, which I think I'm going to leave for now. I want to connect you up to here, though. That's going to be the next order of business. Let's go to another area of the house that hasn't had much love. Let's see, you're going through the beehive right now. Grand piano / other very large piece of furniture. Yeah, there is a good spot for something like that here. I'm starting to get lost in my own house. That's the best part. It's the best part. That area is pretty much done. This area... See, this is what I want the whole thing to look like. I mean, look at how cool. Just look at it. It's so cool. I could just terrain. I might just be in the mood for some terrain, honestly. I love doing terrain. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite things in this game. And they're adding so many new terrain things. It's very nice. With their bushes that we have now. Oh, yeah. And the firefly bushes. And what else new stuff do we have? Mangrove propagule. I mean, they've been in for a little while. We don't have a whole lot of flowers going on in this area. So maybe like a little flower patch. Always got to get a couple little bits of moss for some variety. We don't have a whole lot of sugarcane either. That could be a fun little detail. And then / I'm very old school. Just give me some barriers and I'll be happy. People in the structure blocks. And you see I got some barriers around here. I had a barrier, I think, yeah, back here. To get this curtain in for the spa area, which is one of my favorite areas. I mean, look at this. This is just gorgeous. Not finished yet. I want to put some sort of, like, drink fixins around this area. But yeah, this is definitely a highlight area for this. And I do want to get some things like that in here. And some short glass. Some short glass. Don't have a lot of spore blossoms, or is that going to be too much? That might be too much in this area. But we could put some spore blossoms under here. Let's see. Some leaves we haven't really worked with much. Kind of just make like a vine with them. And some spore blossoms or two. Yeah, or is that covered up too much? No, I think that's fine. This area is pretty much already covered up anyways. Maybe just a little bit less. Yeah, I'm okay with that. When in doubt, add nature. That's the general rule here. And something else. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something important about this. Over here, if you do that... Oh, I've got a secret tunnel going through this whole place. And I really want to integrate this into this entire house. Right now we got some... You might not have even known that there was a secret tunnel through here. You wouldn't have been able to tell. We've got some spots opening up right here. And then this is inside of that treehouse thing. You can see underneath a little bit. Yeah, there's a spot. And then it's going to go back into here. You can see another grate with the water behind it. That is kind of hard to tell, but that is right back in here. And then we're underneath the spa right now, and I'm hoping to add some sort of like engine or, I don't know, something running the spa. And then I had it going this way as well. Have it continue going this way somehow. Where would that even lead? Oh, that's under the cat. Ooh, that's kind of running into a corner. There's not a whole lot to do. Ooh, I could have it go underneath the water. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Alright, the next order of business is kind of this area a little bit. I pretty much got this done. This is the easiest spot to see the secret tunnel. But even still, you really wouldn't know it's there unless you know it's there. But now everyone knows it's there, so it's no longer secret. Crap! Okay, got this area to deal with. Oh, what was that block? I hate when I do that, when you accidentally break something and you forget exactly what it was. It was probably something like that. This is going to go under the water. Something like that. And you can see, I decided to add a golden ratio under the house. This has been here for a while, but, yeah, this place is pretty weird. So is the golden ratio. Thought it'd work out. I'm pretty sure it did. What? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. This might need to be covered up a bit more with dirt. And then this whole area is just going to be like a lake, I think. I don't know. Not 100% decided. Yeah, that's going to have to do something like this, I think. That might just have to be more linear than I would have liked, but that's okay. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, that's going to conclude this little video of me, just getting a sense of my building style, what I like. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know, because I can definitely do more of these videos. It was kind of fun kind of recording my process, and yeah, this is going to be something that I keep working on until I lose interest in it. But for right now, I mean, this is just cool. It's a mess. Maybe I'll do a tour of some of my other builds, but these are all waxed, right? Yeah, they are. Yeah, maybe I'll do a tour of some of my other builds at some point, but I am a very chaotic builder. I really like the mentality, build what you want. Don't worry about what other people think about it. Or, even sometimes don't even worry about what you think about it, because, what you think about it might be kind of bad. Be like, oh, I don't really like that. Well, at least you built it. You built it and you got the experience out of it, I think that's definitely a valuable experience that anyone can get. I keep building more. I guess that's fine. I'm kind of just rambling at this point, but yeah, doing little build experience like this can be very valuable, is basically what I'm trying to say. And I'm still building. All right, yes. Thank you for watching. See ya.